I think that these are a people who are incredibly generous, incredibly hardworking, and honest. And they live upon a land that is full of culture, that is full of agricultural abundance, and simply full of potential. So it's a country of contradictions, scarred by conflict, but peopled by a nation that is resilient and that is willing to make a difference.
在中国的14个陆地邻国里，阿富汗或许是最动荡的一个。数十年的战乱带来了大量的流离失所和极端贫困。根据联合国教科文组织的报道，阿富汗仍然是世界上唯一严禁女性接受中高等教育的国家。目前，阿富汗约有320万境内流离失所者。由于巴基斯坦重启了非法外国人遣返计划，自2025年初以来，约有290万阿富汗人从邻国返回，其中大部分并非自愿。大量难民的回归，叠加2025年下半年阿富汗东部发生的毁灭性地震灾害，阿富汗人面前是巨大的人道主义灾难。长期以来，中国作为阿富汗的友好邻邦，积极和阿富汗开展经贸合作。中阿松子空中走廊每年为阿民众创收数千万美元。近年来，我国也向阿富汗提供了大量紧急人道主义援助，帮助阿富汗应对自然灾害，安置回归难民。在中国政府的资金支持下，有19万名阿富汗人通过联合国难民署获得了基本的生活物资。今天我们采访到了联合国难民署驻阿富汗代表阿拉法特贾迈勒，希望与他聊聊阿富汗人目前的境况。
Good morning, little Q, and thank you so much for having me on your show, and I'm very happy to interact with your viewers. Afghanistan has been at war and conflict for almost 5 decades. It is a country and a people that have been ravaged by the various conflicts that have taken place on its soil. One of the most enduring consequences of this has been the exodus of millions of Afghans as refugees into Iran and into Pakistan. However, today it is a situation where many of these people are coming home. In the last 2 years alone, 4 million of them have come back to Afghanistan. Normally, when a refugee comes home, this is a time of happiness and celebration. In Afghanistan, the picture is a little bit complicated. First, not all of them are returning voluntarily. Secondly, the country to which they return is a country that is ravaged. It is a country that has experienced natural disasters. It is a country experiencing a drought as we speak, poverty, with 2/3 of the people suffering from poverty, and earthquakes as well. In my job, I travel throughout the country and I visit different projects and people. And I think by far the most painful experience for me as I talk to people is talking to a 12-year-old girl. Because a 12-year-old girl in Afghanistan sometimes is the brightest person I've met in the country. These are people who are so smart, who are so bright-faced and so ready. And yet you know that the moment that she turns 13, the doors are closed to her because school is not open to girls above the age of 12. So that truly is when it touches my heart, when I feel that there is something wrong over here. And it is a fact that Afghanistan continues to experience the most severe restrictions on women and girls. This is something that is experienced nowhere else in the world. No matter what culture, no matter what religion, there is something deeply, deeply disturbing about what we witness in Afghanistan.
根据联合国妇女署在2025年发布的报告显示，女性和女孩继续被禁止进入高中和大学学习，并难以获得大多数工作岗位。女性被系统性排除在公共生活之外，但仍在有限空间中努力维持生计。
Despite that, as the United Nations, we have to remain optimistic. And the way that we do that at UNHCR is we look at what we can do. And against all odds, there are things that we can do. In particular, anything to do with female entrepreneurship. This is something that is supported by the authorities. And with our money and our influence, we are able to help these people. For example, we have run projects that cost only about $1,000 per person, but with that $1,000, we have enabled women to set up shops. There was one woman I met in a province called Nimroz who set up a shop selling wedding clothes for people. There's another woman in a province called Herat who, with an even smaller grant, managed to set up a carpet weaving cooperative that now employs 50 women. These are the examples that keep us going, and these are the people who, whatever the prevailing circumstances, are able to make a success of themselves, but they need our help. Our strong belief and our strong hope is that the return of Afghans should be a force for stability, for economic growth, and for peace. 4 million people who've come home in the last 2 years is equivalent to 10% of the population. If they are not stabilized, they will turn into something chaotic. So what we envision for them and working together with them is that they're able to have a house to live in, to have a job to work in, and to be able to operate in dignity and with the full enjoyment of their rights. This is what we are working towards, and as we do this, we look at areas where people have returned, and we try to concentrate resources to make sure that everybody has access to health, everybody has access to education, they have a house, they have a job, and they have the dignity that they need. But we can't do this alone. We are working with partners already, and we are appealing also to the generosity of the international community to help with this. I think that the contribution of countries like China is invaluable in Afghanistan. It's invaluable because, one, China has been a strong global champion of multilateralism. And now more than ever, we need champions for multilateralism. China has already given assistance, and we have seen, and I have myself distributed assistance to victims of earthquakes. These include blankets, these include tents, kitchen sets. These people have desperately needed them. So this assistance has been very welcome. But I would like to appeal for even more. Too many times assistance is politicized inside a country like Afghanistan, or it is perceived to be political because it is given by parties to previous conflicts. China is not one of those, and I think that it can play an even bigger role with its technological prowess, with its medical infrastructure, and with the generosity of the people. One is on climate. China has a lot of expertise in this area, whether it is on things like climate-friendly technologies, solar panels, etc. Also within climate is adaptation, because with changing weather patterns, people are moving, people are changing where they live, and I think that Chinese technology, particularly for agriculture and water management, would be essential in Afghanistan. Secondly, I believe that China's convening power. It is at the moment a party that is trusted by the different people in Afghanistan, and I think it can do more, both within Afghanistan but also within the sub-region, to bring people together and to enable us to talk about dignified, organized, and systematic solutions to problems.
中国有句古话，授人以鱼不如授人以渔。我们当然知道，仅靠人道主义援助无法彻底解决问题，但没有人道主义援助，可能阿富汗人更没法看见问题解决的那天。在未来，阿富汗必然需要更多关于教育、健康、基础设施和经济建设的投资，而中国的发展历程，尤其是在脱贫攻坚方面取得的巨大成就，恰恰是宝贵的实践经验。去年底，中国常驻联合国代表傅聪大使在安理会关于阿富汗问题的公开会上表示，要加强接触对话，推动阿富汗局势不断改善，最终帮助阿富汗实现自主发展。同时呢，阿富汗政府也要倾听国际社会和阿富汗人民的合理呼声，切实保障包括女性在内的全体人民的基本权益。我们衷心的希望，包括阿富汗的流离失所者在内，我们每一个人都能享有一个更加公正、更可持续的未来。感谢你看到这里，我是小 Q，我们下期再见。